For I suppose in some ways this press call may replicate some of last week, but can I begin by first of all just having your reflections on the Maidstone game, the league game last Saturday, a few days on that?
Yeah, I feel the same as I felt after the game. I mean, I thought the 10 men did well. You know, they kept us in the game. Maidstone knew that we were a man down, so you know they could try and get at us. But we actually created the best chances with 10 men. I was disappointed with the first 20 minutes. We didn't really adjust to their game quick enough, and then obviously Marsh made his slight misjudgment and got himself sent off, and then all of a sudden your backs are against the wall. But I thought the lads worked very hard, and you know we thank the ones that appreciated that those lads did work hard, because I could tell how disappointed the dressing room was that we let them score that goal that was deflected anyway as well, and didn't end up with a draw with 10 men for an hour. So, but it's interesting that we play them again. We're looking forward to it, that's for sure. You know, there were certain things we didn't think went our way from a officialdom point of view, but we'll learn from that and look forward to this fantastic competition that we all love in England, the FA Cup. Be great to get the positive fans in the stadium, because the FA Cup, you know, you could earn yourself a very good game, as we did a year or two ago, last year, wasn't it, against Derby, and we could have an atmosphere like that again in the first round proper and beyond. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? You never know. So you have to put all your efforts into getting through to the next round, and I'm sure that's what our lads will do.
In many ways, it almost seems like a two-legged affair. Of course, both games are at home, though. Does that make it any more difficult or any easier at all in your preparations for it?
It saves the travelling, I suppose. But if we can, I think if we had a choice, we'd rather be at home than travelling in this round. You know, when it's important to get to the first round proper, the home games can be made better by the support that most of our fans give us, and we need to get the club going in this. The FA Cup's all about momentum, and so if we can get a nice, bright, energetic team, and that brings on the bright, energetic, loud support, then the world's your oyster, as we say. I don't think I've said it for a little while. So I'm going to thank the ones that are going to come to the game, pre-game, of course, and hopefully we can get our football club looking like the force it was before the defeat of last week.
When you're playing the same opponent 2 weeks running, when you're looking at the preparations before the game itself, are there things that you're able to sort of focus on, that things that didn't go quite right, things that did go quite well? Because like you said, with 10 men, actually your team still did create a lot of chances. There's certainly stuff to build on, isn't there? There
is, and you learn a lot, of course. You do a lot of watching of the game back, and I'm deciding that we're going to play with 10 men this week. And then your tactics and everything, and obviously the opposition are going to do the same on you as well. And we don't know what shape or team they're going to pick. They don't know what shape or team we're going to pick. So there's still a question mark over it all. But you just got to be ready. But you know what happens? The lads have got to turn up on the day. You know, they've turned up on a few occasions. We've had great home form up until last week. I think we lost just a couple of league games at home, and we want to keep that going. We want to keep playing more as a fortress if we can, It's been impregnated a couple of times, but it got us to 3rd, 4th in the league, and we just dropped slightly because of that. But this week all our focus is on the FA Cup and getting through to the next round.
We are so close now to the first round proper, which is where the interest levels really do raise. Obviously, we've already touched upon last year's game against Derby County. Does it still? Do you feel the magic of the cup still when it comes to FA Cup weekends? Obviously, you've been through so many of those games in your career already. Yeah, it
does to me. It's up the individual. You know, season ticket holders sometimes don't come to FA Cup games, which is a shame because we need them. They're our loyal supporters, so it'd be great if we see more of them coming to the games, and we thank the ones that do. It's still exciting, and sometimes you have to earn your big games, and sometimes you get beat by smaller teams because you haven't thought of what might happen. And I've been in situations where we've gone quite a long way. I mean, at Cambridge as assistant manager, we got through as a 4th division club and a 3rd division club. We got through to 2 quarter-finals of the FA Cup. We got beat by Arsenal 1-0 at Highbury in one, and Crystal Palace 1-0 in the other. These are the quarter-finals for 4th and 3rd. So, although you don't think that far ahead, but it is possible to get the right draws along the way, and you can get the momentum going in the FA Cup that keeps the league momentum going. And so it's always important to enjoy the FA Cup days.
And looking at the bigger picture, I guess when it comes round to the first round draw, if you can get there, and just to, without jumping too far ahead, to look at the prize that is at stake, it puts Torquay United back in the limelight again, isn't it, being in that first round draw? So it's a massive prize for this football club, and we're going to need everyone behind us.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure the right ones will be. They always are. And as I say, we thank them for their loyal support, those ones. But nothing's better than to be able one day to get the old, one day this season, get the flags, the old golden flags out again, and get the playing more rocking again. And be great to see that. But you have to start by winning these types of games to earn the right to get that big day at whatever round it is in the FA Cup.
And in the FA Cup, obviously, you can have a bigger bench, which of course means that you will need more personnel. Asa Hall made a return on Saturday, which is obviously a big boost. How's he been in training since that cameo on Saturday?
Yeah, he's done well, and I'm not sure he's ready for 90 minutes just yet, but he will believe he is, and to get somebody with his experience who's had a lot of FA Cup exploits as well himself, it's great to have him back. But we'll pick a team. You have 7 subs, but you can only use 3. So long as you got 4 subs on the bench, 3 outfielders and a goalkeeper, because sometimes clubs don't want to loan people out and cup tie them. Sometimes you've got some niggly injuries that are better off in the gym recuperating, sort of thing, than just sitting on the bench as a number. So I'd try not to do that. But anyway, we'll have enough. We got players that are coming back from injury, so they'll all get their opportunity at some stage. And when we get a full house, it'll be a miracle, as all the clubs will say. But a full house of players would be. The players in the team, a full house, yeah, but the supporters would be great. But I'm talking about the team. Then that'll be great. Then we'll see that we've got enough competition, we've got enough people that we can play if somebody's got a slight knock. Sometimes you have to play people with a slight knock. But I'm happy with our situation and with our squad, so that's the important thing for me. And I think we've got enough to compete in both competitions, all 3 competitions.